Hello everyone, welcome to Learning Station. The quote that I'd share today is "Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much," said Helen Keller. It's time for a recap. What we read in the previous video was that both Peter and Jane have come with their uncle to an aeroplane show. Their uncle knows a lot about the airplanes and he is going up into the aeroplane to jump from it. Both the children stand in the car park, as you can see in this picture, with the rest of the people. All of the people enjoy looking at the aeroplanes going up into the sky. Then the men in the aeroplane jump turn by turn out of it. They know that the people enjoyed this part of the show the most. All of the people enjoy looking at the men jumping from the aeroplane. Some of them are taking photographs. Peter and Jane's uncle jumps too. Both the children enjoy looking at him. Then uncle joins both the children and asks them what they want to do. They tell that they want to buy balloons. By the balloon man, they find their friends Mary and Bob, as you can see in this picture. All the children enjoy buying balloons and they write their names along with each of the balloon. Then they send the balloons off one by one into the sky. In the end, Bob says that I hope all the balloons go a long way and someone sends them back to us. It is the day after the aeroplane show. It is another fine day. The sun is out and the sky is blue again. Here is a man on a farm some way away from the home of Peter and Jane. The man has been at work all the morning and now he is going home for his dinner. He stops to look at his cows as they eat the grass. He can see something white as it comes down slowly against the trees. The man has a dog with him and it runs after the white balloon. The man calls the dog to him as it is jumping at the balloon. He does not want the dog to make the cows run away. He walks over the grass to pick up the balloon. When he looks at it, he can see the writing. He reads what it says. I ought to send this back, he says to himself. He lets the balloon down and takes it with him. The next day he sends it off to Peter. So it is the next day after the aeroplane show and fine weather. As you can see in the picture, this man is working on his farm, which is at some distance from Peter and Jane's home. He has been working all day long and he's going back to his home for dinner. He looks at his cows while he can also see something white coming towards the grass. His dog runs after the white balloon. He stops his dog because he doesn't want the dog to make the cows afraid and run away. Then the man gets the balloon and says to himself that I ought to send this back, because you can see in the picture that the note with the balloon says sent to Peter. The next day he sends it off to Peter. This man is in a boat on the sea. The boat is not going along as the man has put a rope from the boat onto some rocks while he tries to get some fish. There are 6 fish in the boat and more in the water. As the man looks down into the water, he can see some more fish as they swim about. The water is not very deep by the rocks. So again you can see in the picture that there's a man in the boat which is tied to the rocks nearby with a rope. There are 6 fish in his boat already and he wants to find more from the water, but the water is not very deep. Soon he throws 2 more fish into the boat. That makes 8, he says to himself. Then the man looks up into the sky. As he looks up, he sees something round and red. It is the red balloon and it comes down into the boat onto some rope. The man turns round to pick up the balloon. He picks it up to throw it into the water. As he does this, he sees the writing and stops. He reads the writing and then puts the balloon back into the boat. So the man catches 2 more fishes and puts them into his boat and says to himself that they are 8 now. And then he looks up into the sky and he can see something round and red coming towards him. He turns to pick up the balloon when it falls into his boat, and he wants to throw it into the water. As he does this, he can see the writing along with the balloon. Then he puts the balloon back into the boat. It is a warm sunny afternoon, just the weather to play outside. Here are some men having a game of cricket. They all have white cricket clothes. The 2 men with the bats play very well and they are making a lot of runs. The other men can't get them out. Again and again, the big man in the white cap hits the ball away. Sometimes he hits a 6. You can see in the picture that it is a warm sunny afternoon, the perfect weather to play cricket. The players are dressed up in white clothes. They are enjoying playing cricket. 2 men with the bats are playing really well and they make a lot of runs. No one can get them out. The big man with the bat hits really well. Sometimes he makes a 6. Many people are here. It is nice to sit outside in the warm sun and watch the cricket. They like to see the big man hit out at the ball, as it is making the game more interesting. Then something makes the people laugh. The men who play the game laugh too. Just as the man is about to hit the ball, a yellow balloon comes down by his face. He can't see the ball as he tries to hit it. Another man picks up the balloon and takes it away. He gives it to a small boy who has come to watch the game. So, again you can see in the picture that all the people are sitting outside in the warm sun and enjoying watching cricket. Before this big man can hit the ball, all of the people start laughing and the players laugh too, because just as he was about to hit the ball, a yellow balloon came by his face. Another man picked up the balloon and gave it away to a small boy who had come to watch the game. This is the man who looks after the town clock. He has to see that it keeps. This is the man who looks after the town clock. He has to see that it keeps good time. He looks after the inside and also the outside of the clock. Sometimes he has to paint its face. Today he has made the clock stop. The big hand is on the 6 and the little hand is by the 8. He is going to paint the face and hands. He has the paint ready. The man can look down into the street from where he is. He sees the town people going to work. Many of them walk and others go by bus or car. Some of them look up at the clock, but today it does not tell the right time. So this is the man who looks after the town's clock. He is responsible to make sure that it keeps good time. He has to look after the inside as well as outside of the clock. Sometimes he has to paint its face, and today he is here to paint its face and hands. He has made the clock stop. The big hand is on the 6 and the little hand is by the 8. He has the paint ready and the man looks down into the street from where he is. In the picture you can see that the man is looking down into the street where some people are going by the car, others are going by the bus, and some are just walking. People also look at the clock, but today it does not tell the right time. Then some children Then some children go by on their way to school. They look up at the man at work on the clock and stop and laugh. They can see a blue balloon blowing along by the clock face. The man throws the balloon down to the children. They wait for it and then take it to school. So there are some children, as you can see in this picture, that they are going to school. They look up at the man and laugh because they can see a blue balloon blowing by the face of the clock. The man gets the balloon and sends it down to the children, who wait for it and then take it to school. My questions from today's video are: question number 1, to whom does the white balloon belong? And question number 2, where did the yellow balloon go?